YouTube, what's good? Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Welcome to the video. Yeah, like I said, hope you're having a great week. Today I'm doing pretty well, having a pretty productive day. Got a lot of things done. I just wanted to stop by really quickly and talk about a few things. But the main topic for today is going to be goals. I have a couple tips about like how you can create good goals and how you can basically use goals as a way to achieve happiness, max happiness in your life, and basically just feel fulfilled. Good play on words, but let me get straight into the video. First thing I want to talk about regarding goals is just pretty simple. Everybody has goals, whether you know it or not. I was talking to one of my friends. We were playing pool pretty recently. We were out playing pool at like a restaurant located near us, and you know, we were just catching up because I haven't talked to that friend in a long time, and you know, I just wanted to know a couple details about what's going on in his life. You know, when you haven't seen somebody, you just want to catch up and see what they have going on. So one of the things that I asked him was, what are your goals? Like, because I was just asking random questions like, how you been? You have a girl? Stuff like that. And it just came up, and I was like, what are your goals? He was like, goals? Bro, I don't have goals, bro. What are you talking about, bro? I'm just living life. And I mean, it kind of hit me. I was like, damn, you don't have goals, bro? And the thing about it is we all have goals, whether we are articulating them or not. And what I mean by that is everybody has something called imagination. And your imagination is what separates you from a dog. Your imagination is what separates you from a bird. People are creatures, but they're also creators. That's what separates us from most other animals on earth, because we have imagination, so we can imagine our future. Imagination is really important because it is what creates your goal. So he has goals as well. The friend I was talking to while we were playing pool, he has goals, he just wasn't articulating them. So that's one thing that you should be aware of. Whatever you're constantly imagining, whatever you're visualizing, and you know, you're making it feel real and you're constantly reliving that moment, that's your goal. That's your new goal subconsciously, whether you know it or not. Just one thing for you to, you know, keep in mind. But yeah, so the first thing I wanted to say was, yeah, like we all have goals, whether we know them or not, or whether we are articulating them or not. The second thing I wanted to talk about was, let me remember, what is it? Oh, yeah, your goal is your compass. Your goal is like your purpose. Like, one thing that I was reading up on was basically a man is like a bicycle. Like, if you're constantly moving, you're balanced, you're on point, you know, you're moving and you're going towards your goal. But if you don't have a goal and you're just spinning around and you know, you're spinning around in circles, it's hard for you to stay balanced. It's hard for you to stay on point. Man is like a bicycle, basically. I think that's a pretty good analogy. You know, however you want to see it, it's really important to have that thing that you're striving for. And it's really important because it's like a huge motivation. It's what makes you wake up in the morning. The third thing that I wanted to talk about was your goal and how it has to be clear. It's one thing to set SMART goals, and that's like specific, measurable. What's the other thing? But basically super specific. And it's another thing just to have a clear goal and have one goal at a time. Generally, you want to focus on one thing at a time because it's less fuss and you know exactly what you're aiming for. So when you know exactly what you're aiming for, you have no reason not to be motivated. You have no other, you know, you have no other worries. You're not as distracted. You know what your target is. The third thing that I wanted to talk about was being honest with yourself. And when you're creating these goals, you know, when you're sitting there thinking about it, what other people think about your goal has nothing to fucking do with you. It's your goal, it's your life. Like, when you're creating goals, think, you know, if nobody else was here and if nobody's opinion mattered to me, what would my goal be? If nobody else's opinion matters, if nobody, you know, had any say on my life, what would my goal be? What do I want? It's about you. What do you want? So that's the other thing. You know, have that clear goal and be honest with yourself, because there's no right or wrong goal unless it's inherently right or wrong. Like, you don't want to go out here stabbing people, killing people, you know, like bad stuff. But there's no right or wrong goal. There's no good or bad goal. There's no better or worse goal. Whatever fits for you in your situation is right. Fourth thing that I wanted to talk about was having one goal at a time. One of my biggest problems that I used to have in the past was just doing too much at one time. Like I would be super motivated and I'd be ready to take on the world. I would feel like, you know, I'm the king of the world and basically write all these goals down. But the only problem with that was I had too many things to focus on. I didn't prioritize, and it wasn't that one thing that I wanted to get down. Have that one thing that, you know, by the end of this year, I want to make sure I accomplish that. So it's really important to have that one goal to focus on, because that allows you to be way more motivated, and that allows you to be way more focused. And massive focus equals massive success, or focus equals massive success. That's one thing to remember. Fifth thing, goals don't have to be SMART goals. SMART goals, what it generally means is, you know, you want to have that specific goal, you want to have that reasonable goal. It just has to fill out all those different sections, and you can just look it up on Google. It's like basically viral book. SMART goals, your goals don't have to be SMART goals. They don't have to be, you know, that sophisticated. They don't have to be that specific. And what I'm trying to say is your goals can be whatever the fuck you want your goals to be. Like, bro, whatever you want, that's your goal. Whatever you constantly imagine, that's your goal. And your goal could be, you know, I want to be less stressed this year, or I want to be, what's a better example? Your goal could be, I want a car. Even if it's materialistic, you know, there's no good or bad goal. Just get what you want. Chasing materials and chasing, you know, money, that's a whole different conversation. But what I'm trying to say is, yeah, your goals can be whatever the fuck you want to make your goals. Nobody can tell you otherwise. The last thing I want to talk about is measuring yourself against your goals. And what I mean really is in terms of happiness, and that's the whole reason of this video, just to help you increase your happiness using goals. It's not good to focus on, oh, I'm not there yet. Because what you're doing is just, you're putting a weight on your happiness. You're putting a hold on your happiness. Like, I'm gonna be happy when I get this car. I'm gonna be happy when I make 10K per month. I'm gonna be happy when I get this girl. Nah, you're not supposed to do that, because happiness is something that you decide now in the present moment. And if you're thinking, I need to get this, then I'll be happy. And we all probably do this subconsciously. Anybody that's success driven, anybody that, you know, wants to achieve these goals, any entrepreneurs, any athletes, or whatever you do, you know, you want to achieve these goals. The only thing you shouldn't do is hold your happiness back to achieve those goals. What you should do instead is measuring the gain, not the gap. And I'm pretty sure that's like a book or something. I forget. You can look that up online as well, or I might drop a link below. But in essence, what it is focusing on your progress, and not the long walk that you have ahead. Focus on the steps that you've taken. Focus on the progress. And, you know, in terms of happiness, that's going to boost your happiness, because, man, I'm growing. Man, I'm really doing better. Man, last month I was this. Now this month I'm over here. That's what makes you happier. That's what makes you more motivated, because you're like, bro, I can do whatever now. You know, those small wins, they add up, and subconsciously you become something different because of it. So measuring the gain, not the gap, is really important as well, because you don't want to just be comparing yourself to that end goal. You're like, man, I'm not there yet. When am I going to get there? Measure the progress, like all the steps that you've taken. Thank you for sticking around. Don't forget to like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment, you know, share with a friend that you want to help out. Thank you guys for sticking around again. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.